and then I'm sure Islam will take lots of lessons from this fight, and maybe Islam will make some adjustment. It's possible, it's gonna be hard, but Islam can win the second belt.
I can see it happening. I can see it blowing the roof off MSG, taking out pound for pound one, number one with no doubts. Finish would be the dream.
Yeah, I mean, look, JDM's boxing and pressure that he can do, incredible. So I definitely can get a finish.
All right, favorite team?
Islam's great. Him moving up, I still think he's a nightmare for a lot of the people in the division, but I think JDM can do it.
Islam is tricky. That single line from Merab Dvalishvili has set the MMA world on fire. His bold prediction about Islam Makhachev going after a second belt has fans talking non-stop. He explained his point clearly. Yes, Jack is a skilled striker with dangerous hands, but Islam has something far more valuable: adaptability, the ability to change mid-fight, to adjust, to shut down his opponent's weapons. Merab believes Islam will learn from Jack's fight with Belal Muhammad. Belal tried to impose his wrestling, but Jack's striking and composure held firm. That, for Merab, is the lesson Islam will take into UFC 322.
You mentioned Islam, he's moving up to 170. Do you think that he gets the job done and wins that title, or do you think JDM retains?
It's gonna be hard for him, but it's possible to Islam Makhachev wins the second belt. JDM is a great fighter, great striker, but Islam is tricky. He has a good wrestling, and he's southpaw. He don't get hits, but he takes people down and he mauls people down.
In his eyes, Islam won't repeat Belal's mistakes. He'll come in sharper, smarter, and far more dangerous. And with his submission skills and fight IQ, Merab sees him walking away with the welterweight belt.
So, and also, we all see the JDM Belal Muhammad's fight, and then I'm sure Islam will take lots of lessons from this fight, and maybe Islam will make some adjustment. It's possible, it's gonna be hard, but Islam can win the second belt.
But while Merab backs Islam, Jack Della Maddalena is on his own mission, and he isn't hiding it. For Jack, this isn't just about winning, it's about finishing. He wants to knock out Islam Makhachev on the biggest stage possible, Madison Square Garden. Imagine that moment, the pound-for-pound #1 fighter silenced in front of thousands, with Jack standing over him. That's the dream Jack keeps chasing, and he speaks about it with zero hesitation.
Challenging 5-round title fight, so just working on a solid game plan, and then going to put it together on November 15th.
You feel like you're going to get the finish in this one?
I'm going to go for it. I would love, obviously that'd be the best case scenario, get the finish. I can see it happening. I can see it blowing the roof off MSG, taking out pound for pound one, number one with no doubts. Finish would be the dream.
He knows that a finish over Islam wouldn't just be a win, it would change his career forever. It would place him among the sport's elite, making him a household name overnight. That confidence is why fans are glued to every interview he does. Jack isn't just fighting for a belt, he's fighting for history.
I think Islam Makhachev is a better version of Belal. The striking on the feet, I think it's easier than Belal, because he'll stay in one stance. He's more traditional style.
Will you pick Volk's brain?
Yeah, 100%. I definitely plan. After the last two fights, I've spent a bit of time in Wollongong. So yeah, I think probably be the first stop. We go to Wollongong, talk to Volk, see what he reckons. Watch all his fights again, make a solid game plan, and then just start working at it. From pretty much now, I'm going to start working on ways to beat him, different ways to get back to my feet, stuff in the takedown, but I'm pretty confident I can get this one done.
He's not the only one who believes in his chances. Alexander Volkanovski, a man who knows Islam's strengths firsthand, gave his take, and it shocked many. Volkanovski pointed out how Jack handled Belal Muhammad. Belal, known for his grappling, couldn't get the job done. Jack's defense and striking proved too much.
I mean, you can't doubt him. Look, he's a welterweight, and you've got Belal, who's a grappler, wrestler. Look how he handled that, and then he's a beast on the feet. and then he's early. And I guarantee you from that fight, his confidence in grappling and takedown defense has just gone to a whole nother level. So he's going to be an absolute nightmare. So it'll be good. I'm hoping to get some training with him for this one as well. But we'll tee something up for sure. But I mean, JDM, mate, he's a weapon. So I mean, I know that Islam's not taking this one lightly. So and he shouldn't.
For Volkanovski, that was the turning point. He believes Jack's confidence has skyrocketed since then, and his boxing and pressure make him a very real threat to Islam. He admitted Islam is still dangerous, still great, and still a nightmare matchup for many. But in his eyes, Jack Della Maddalena can absolutely win this fight and even finish it.
Do you believe he might be able to stop Islam going up to this weight class?
Stop him. Yeah, I mean, JDM's boxing and pressure that he can do, incredible. So I definitely can get a finish.
All right, favorite team?
Islam's great. Him moving up, I still think he's a nightmare for a lot of the people in the division, but I think JDM can do it.
Hearing that from Volkanovski, someone respected across the sport, only added more weight to Jack's belief in himself. Then came Ian Machado Gary's perspective, and his focus was on something simple but crucial: size. Gary explained that Jack is a true welterweight. He cannot make 155 pounds. He's naturally built for this division. He said, Islam's phenomenal everywhere, and he is only getting better everywhere, but so is Jack. And I just feel like the size difference, JDM couldn't physically make 155. And I genuinely I think JDM has the opportunity to go out here and knock Islam out. So now, the stage is set with multiple predictions pointing in different directions. Dvalishvili believes Islam's adaptability and submissions will carry him through. Volkanovski sees Jack's pressure and boxing making the difference. Gary highlights the size and knockout potential. All of this has left fans split. Some are all in on Islam's greatness. Others believe Jack is destined for a career-defining moment.
You picked JDM to win. Now he's got a big challenge in his first title defense against Islam. Do you think he's got what it takes to beat an Islam Makhachev in his first defense?
People are going to say it's a wild take, but I reckon JDM smokes Islam. Shins him so bad. It's going to be so bad that the Topuria Islam thing will just be gone.
So you think Islam's wrestling won't be a threat to JDM just because he's a lot bigger?
He's a lot bigger, and like when you watch JDM, like you put him on the end of mid-range, he's just going to throw. That's hard to like shoot in on. He's not going to be able to just abuse his size against him either. I think Islam's in for a rude awakening.
But beyond predictions, the UFC has built even more hype with promos and training footage, and Islam Makhachev has leaned into it. Recently, he appeared in a desert photo shoot with an eagle perched beside him. The message was clear. He sees himself as the eagle, ready to swoop down on Jack, ready to hunt. The imagery was powerful, and it set social media on fire. Then came the training clips. Islam has been grinding harder than ever, punching with speed, wrestling with intensity, and drilling new strategies. Observers notice something different in this camp. Islam isn't just sticking to his usual game plan. He's adding layers, preparing for Jack's unorthodox style and relentless boxing. The way he pushed through sparring, the way he adjusted during grappling drills, it all screamed one thing: preparation. Islam knows the challenge ahead, and he's ready for it. That's why his supporters believe this will be another historic night for him. A chance to grab a second belt, to cement his place as one of the greatest fighters in UFC history. But Jack Della Maddalena isn't stepping into the octagon blind. He knows what Islam brings. He knows the wrestling, the top pressure, and the suffocating control are all unlike anything he's faced before. And he's planning for it. Jack has said openly that he expects Islam to wrestle early. He believes the first round, maybe even the first two, will be all about Islam testing his grappling.
Do you expect Islam to try and strike with you, or do you think that his game plan might try and take you down?
It's hard to expect anything, I definitely feel like he will test the feet, I think it's going to start on the feet and we'll go from there. But yeah, I think he's going to try and mix it up. I think he's going to probably try and get on the wrestling early, I'd imagine. Looking back on the Bilal fight, he probably sees that Bilal's mistake was maybe not getting on the wrestling early. So yeah, I expect in the first round we'll get into some at least in grappling changes,
That's why Jack has been training for those exact situations. He wants to defend, survive, and frustrate Islam in those early exchanges. And once the fight opens up, he plans to bring his own weapons into play. His boxing, his pressure, his finishing instincts. In his mind, if he weathers the storm, the dream of getting a finish over Islam becomes a reality.
Islam is a completely different challenge, different, more of a finishing ability, more powerful on the feet. So yeah, different challenge, and I'm excited for it.
This clash is more than just a title fight, it's a battle of visions. Islam wants legacy. A second belt would put him in rare company, alongside names like Georges St. Pierre, Daniel Cormier, and Conor McGregor.
So like basically tonight you got yourself a title shot, you got yourself the winner of JDM Islam?
I mean, you don't feel like that? Who else?
You're the biggest name, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
But I'm asking you.
Oh yeah, for sure. JDM is no slouch. Let's not look past JDM. I said that in his last fight, and he went out there and he showed you guys, don't look past him. He's very, very talented. Islam is extremely talented. I love Islam. I think him coming in makes that division a lot more interesting. So if he's able to get in there and wrestle that belt away from JDM, former pound for pound, current pound for pound, I mean, I think everybody wants to watch that. So
Jack wants glory. Knocking out Islam at Madison Square Garden would catapult him into superstardom and give him a moment fans would never forget. The split predictions make it even juicier. Some fighters back Islam, some back Jack. Analysts are divided, fans are torn. Everyone is waiting to see whose vision comes true. The stage couldn't be better. Madison Square Garden, the most iconic arena in combat sports. The lights, the cameras, the roar of the crowd, it all adds to the drama. Picture it. The cage door is closing. The crowd held its breath. On one side, the Dagestani champion chasing greatness. On the other, the Australian striker is chasing history.
Well, Australia don't have wrestling.
Will Islam Makhachev prove, as Merab Dvalishvili said, that he truly is tricky enough to adapt and conquer again? Or will Jack Della Maddalena deliver the dream finish he keeps promising, sending shockwaves through the MMA world and blowing the roof off Madison Square Garden? No matter which way it goes, UFC 322 already feels historic, the kind of fight fans will talk about for years.
Big respect coming from Islam's team going into this one, and Khabib even acknowledged that he started following JDM a while back, knowing that potentially he'd be fighting Islam.
You know, they've got to this level because they know the sport and they know the game, and Islam and his team have the utmost respect for Jack, as we do for them. Islam is a phenomenal fighter. He's pound for pound #1 in the world. He's made light work of just about everybody that's ever gone before him. The respect is mutual, and Jack's always asked me for the toughest fights he can possibly have. Jack does better the higher up of the standard is. You know, he raises his game to the level that he's fighting against, and I really believe that everyone's going to see the best version of Jack.
As fight night draws closer, one thing is undeniable. This isn't just another UFC matchup. It's a clash of styles, ambitions, and mindsets. Islam Makhachev is chasing history, aiming to prove that his dominance isn't confined to lightweight. Jack Della Maddalena is chasing glory, determined to show that he belongs among the elites by finishing one of the toughest champions in UFC history, with respected names like Dvalishvili, Volkanovski, and Gary all weighing in with differing takes. The unpredictability has only made fans hungrier to see how it unfolds.
Считаю, что Мадалена самый сложный соперник в Ислама карьере. Это мое мнение. Ни Чарльз, никто. Ни один из этих бойцов...
И даже не Илья,
меня,
если бы это бой был бы.
Ну, мое личное мнение, во-первых, Мадалена 2 раза больше, чем Илья.
Сопоставим.
Илья. Он 2 раза больше. Он выше, больше, ноги помощнее, корпус, бокс не хуже. И грэпплинг он возится очень хорошо, если вы смотрели. Ну, для меня, если я например, буду готовить Ислама против Илья или Мадалины, для меня больше будет волновать и волнует Мадалена.
When the cage door closes at UFC 322, the predictions will no longer matter. What will matter is who executes, who adapts, and who rises to the occasion on the grandest stage. Whether it ends in another chapter of Dagestani dominance or the rise of a new star from Australia, one thing is certain. The fight between Islam Makhachev and Jack Della Maddalena has already etched itself into UFC history even before the first punch is thrown. Who do you think takes it, Islam or Jack? Drop your picks in the comments and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fight breakdowns.